and that would be the season sweep against the Chicago Blackhawks. The Kings may not have much this season, but at least they have that. I know that we're terrible, but I really, really, really like beating the Hawks, as you guys probably know by now. So very, very nice to be able to pull this one off, especially when I thought that they wouldn't for quite some time, for actually most of the game. Let's face it. Neither one of these teams is good this season. Like, watching tonight's game, this is not the LA Kings and Chicago Blackhawks that played in 2014. So the quality was not that great at either end. I will say Campbell looked pretty good, though. If he is the one who is going to be taking over from Quick at some point, because let's face it, somebody's going to have to soon, and we really need to stop trading away goalies that could potentially do it. He could maybe be the guy. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see when we get a new coach next season, really how everything shakes out. I think that will play a big part. But anyway, for tonight, Campbell was pretty good. The Kings started out pretty strong and then got a power play that was terrible. Like, absolutely terrible for the first minute that they got. Like, they were shorthanded more chances down there by Campbell than actually at the Kings' end, and then got just an absolute flurry of shots at their end that looked really good, but none of them quite got past Crawford there. And there were some that maybe should have. There was a Brown pass to Kopitar that hit the post, which was very similar to a couple of other shots we've seen lately that just, those are the shots that need to go in. So close. And then at one point later in the game, there was a Grundstrom to Foley and some other King. It was a 3-on-1, but those were the two that really have played back and forth with the puck. Except that it ended up on Toffoli's stick when it came to time to shoot, and, well, we all know how that goes this season, which is that it doesn't. Which I really hope a new coach can bring something better out of him, because when it was the Sutters era, I know that didn't end well, but damn, he was good. He was really good, so I'd like to see that come back. But anyway, the first period was really just kind of a back and forth. It was like 3-6 in favor of Chicago, and then it was 6-12 shots in favor of the Kings. And it was just kind of a whole lot of back and forth, nobody really getting anywhere. Then, like a minute 38 into the second period, Chicago gets their first goal, and you're like, yeah, of course. And I'm not sure it's Campbell that's going to want that one back, but Downey and Martinez sure are going to wish that they actually knew how to play defense at that point. It was bad. Like, Campbell blocked the original shot and then left him, like, that much space as for the rebound to come in behind him, like on the side, but there were 3 Kings that were defending that space. So the fact that there was a player who could pick up that rebound and skate around all 3 of them like it's a day in the park and slip it in as he's continuing to skate around the net, not cool. Not cool, guys. Awful, awful defense. And that really kind of set the tone for a little bit of the second period, because then Cliffy took a penalty, and then Carter took a penalty, and thank God Chicago Blackhawks aren't any better at their power play than we are, because that could have been bad. By the end of the second period, the Kings only had 6 shots on goal, like the entire period. So you can see why it wasn't really looking good for them. It's Kings Blackhawks, so there were a lot of extracurricular activities. None of them led to penalties in any form, not even a minor for roughing or anything. There was just a lot of whistle blew, I'm going to get in your face. I'm not sure McDermott is the guy that you want to kind of trip and fall on top of if you're going to try and get, like, I wouldn't really go that way with McDermott because he can hit real big, and he did. But thankfully, of those 6 shots, towards the end of the second period there, with maybe like 3 minutes left to go, one of them went in the back of the net. Thank you, Wagner. He said that it was his goal at the beginning of the season to get at least 20 points in his rookie year. And he has played 58 games and now has 20 points, thanks to this lovely wrist shot that beat Crawford clean. So beautiful. I could watch that on replay over and over again. Now, Wagner is fast, and if he can keep finishing like that, I think that he is going to have a bright future in the LA Kings organization. Add that to that, the gazillion draft picks that they have. On that note, while I totally get now that there's only 4 games left and losing them in order to get a chance at a better draft pick might be a good idea, the teams we have coming up are the Flames, who I hate, and then Arizona, who I need to lose for Colorado, and then the Ducks, and then Vegas. Add Chicago to that list and take out Arizona. You literally could not pick teams that I hate more. Maybe add the Penguins in there. So, dignity-wise, I'm going to need the Kings to play with dignity against all of those teams, as they did here tonight with the season sweep against the Blackhawks. So it's tied up, end of the second. And then the third period opens and it's not tied anymore, and Chicago gets their second goal. That was also a terrible defensive breakdown, and this time in the neutral zone, not quite so close to the net, but still, you really don't want to let Duncan Keith, have the puck with that much ice. A giveaway to that particular player, not a good idea. Don't care for him. So, 2-1. Yeah, the way both teams are playing, it really could have gone either way. Again, it's not the 2014 era anymore. Neither one of these teams is particularly good. So it was very lucky, I would say, that the Kings managed to tie it up again. This time it was Amadio, and it was so nice to see because it came during a period of the Hawks having a lot of the possession, which I don't care for. So to see him with this kind of shot, and also being a rookie, and if he can get this kind of shot consistently, I don't think he's played as much as Wagner this season, but still, if this is the future of the organization, maybe it's not quite as dismal as this season has been. So we're tied. We make it to overtime. God, 3-on-3 is exciting. I love it. Now, Drew Doughty has been a beast pretty much all night. He has had some spectacular one-man plays, except for that one glitch in the defense there in that second period, which was really, really, really bad. He more than made up for it with his overtime game-winning goal. So exciting. I almost said series winning because we did win the series, but again, nowhere near as exciting as the 2014 Western Conference Final Series. Yeah, I really like bringing that up. Really good times. So I have no video of it, unfortunately, because they don't ever replay things that happen in overtime. But it was so good. It was technically on a power play. There was some great play by Carter to tie up one of the Hawks, and so he ended up in the box. And there was some miscommunication as the power play started. They only had about 30 seconds on the power play. And with about 11 seconds left, Doughty's absolute blast just stunned through everybody into the back of the net. Maybe it was tipped by Brown, I don't know, but that shot was all Drew Doughty. And he ended up with the first star of the game, and that was well-deserved tonight. He played some really good hockey, which is something I'd missed seeing from him, so that's exciting. It's also Chris Sutter's birthday. He was not there for the dance cam, unfortunately, but happy birthday to Chris Sutter. We miss you. And congratulations, Kings, for beating the Hawks every game this season.